Okay guys, so it's Cody and Erica here at the Bar 7, and it's about 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and we're doing the first little bit of work on the old Dodge Power Wagon. So since we've picked it up and we did the video of going and salvaging it out of the pasture and getting it brought up, one of the things I did is we had some leftover tires from when we were working on Clance's truck, and we, the video that we did of it where we were trying to get the skinnier tires on the front, wider tires on the back, and we didn't really achieve what we were looking for. Well, those skinnier tires they're all 16-inch rims, but it allowed for me to put them on here. So this had some 916s on it, on these split rim wheels that just weren't doing us any good. So we took these old tires and put them on just to keep the truck where it was movable, so that we could move it in and out of the shop as we wanted to work on it or work on Erica's truck or do some final touches on Clance's. So we've got a new set of shoes on it. The other thing I was able to do is I was able to find the VIN number stamped on the frame over on the driver's side on the front wheel. Right, if we looked in
on the other side.
On the other side, it's stamped on the frame right in here. And then on top of that, I was able to decode the motor, so I'm about 99% positive this is the original motor. Everything about this truck is original, but finding the VIN number allowed me to decipher that and figure out that this is a 1954 Dodge Power Wagon. So I think the last registration sticker that's on the license plate shows that it was registered in 1978. So for all intensive purposes, we're going to say this truck has been sitting in that pasture for 46 years. And miraculously, I mean, once we got the drive lines unhooked, the steering still worked. We've pulled it around here a little bit. The flywheel, up here, not the flywheel, but on the, you can turn the crank. It's got a little bit of movement in it, so I'm feeling like it's probably still going to be free. So the first little thing we've decided to do is I'm going to try to keep this original. I know I talked about maybe in that other video that I wanted to put a little small Cummins motor in it, maybe put a 5-speed transmission behind it and a more modern transfer case and all that kind of stuff. But I think after doing a little more research and just talking to some guys that are kind of gurus when it comes to this kind of stuff, I think what I want to do is just try to keep this thing. If I can get this motor cranked and running and get it to run like it's supposed to, then I'm going to try to leave it as original as I can. I may come in, and if I can't straighten this bedside up and get it looking somewhat right, I can order just a new one and try to paint it to match. I found out we can still scratch Carl in it, but I mean, if I can come in here and bend this out, even if this isn't right, and just kind of get it all where it tightens back up and stays where it needs to, I'm okay with it having some big dents and dings in it, because that just adds to its appeal. So I was also able to figure out that the original color on this is probably going to be, I think it's armor yellow. So pretty cool there. So we're going to try to keep that all like it is. So the first order of business is try to get the motor running. Like I said, probably been sitting for close to 46 years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the spark plugs, and I'm going to fill all those holes with Marvel Mystery Oil. Right or wrong, that's what we're doing. I've already gone in and broke them all loose. Surprisingly, they were very easy to break loose. They were not in there super tight or anything. They all came off pretty easy. One of the things I don't like about the design of this head is this little valley that runs all the way around the spark plug is just a place to collect dirt and trash and build up. So anytime you have to change your plugs, I mean, it's going to be full of trash. But I've broke them all loose, kind of knocked most of the rust and crud off of them, and blew it off with the air hose and got it about as clean as we possibly can. So now I'm going to go in here and just kind of back them out and start dumping some oil in. So like this one I've only gotten hand tight, so I'm going to back it out, and we can see here, I mean, not considerably fouled. Oh, what do you got going on over there?
I was uploading a video.
Made it. So, all right, well, I'll let Erica go. She wants to go cut that off, and I'm going to stick this guy.
You're going to what?
I said, there is a very good chance that we're going to get Marvel Mystery Oil all over this block. But that's just, I think what I'd like to do is maybe pour this into something a little more manageable.
You told me if I can't.
Come in here, you can, oh. That's about right. We've thrown away all the trash, so I don't have any empty oil. Here's what we're going to do.
So what did you say?
I said this might actually be the only time Clancy's ever actually picked up all the trash. You know what? I bet there's a empty oil jug back here in this sucker. I say that and then I don't even see one back here. Worst case scenario, we're going to take a C-Force bottle and fill it full of Marvel. All right, the first hole, I don't think this is the first cylinder, but I don't really know. We're just going to run it till it's full, guys, till it backs up in the funnel, I guess. I guess a better way to have done this might have been to open the oil dipstick, or the oil fill.
Are you saying open the oil dipstick, like you're the dipstick, or are you saying open the oil dipstick?
I'm saying open the oil dipstick. Like, we would have been better to have filled it completely full of oil over yonder.
I just couldn't tell how you were using it.
To get it where we need it. I said I've already kind of run out of the patience to do that, so I'm going to try the big jug now. I kind of think what that's telling me here is that maybe this cylinder is in the open position. Maybe it's just letting oil run all the way through. Oh.
Get back up.
Started to, I don't know. May have been pouring too fast and it was just, couldn't get any air. I just heard it start to run and it appears that there is, no, it's coming out the exhaust manifold right there.
What does that mean?
So I think what that's telling me is on that cylinder, since it just started running out on that cylinder, that cylinder is somewhere on that, I don't know, compression, I don't know. It's basically opened up to the exhaust right there. So that, like that one would have fired and the exhaust is coming out right there. So with that said, we've got, that was on the third hole. So we'll go down to the next one and see if maybe it'll take some Earl. Glad you was here though to hear that for me. I think that's supposed to pop over, but well, guys and girls, we got her filled up. There were 2 cylinders that were left in the.
On the other side.
Okay. Dark.
The light's better over
Is
here.
it better if I do this?
Ooh,
Can you control yourself if I turn my cap around backwards and
barely.
I bend over the fender? Anyway, so we got her topped off with Marvel Mystery Oil all down through the spark plugs. There were 2 cylinders, and I don't know what you call it in the decompression or the compression stroke. Basically, they were open into the exhaust manifold. One of them wide open, the other one maybe not quite as much, or they may all be open the same amount. But either way, it was come out where the exhaust manifold hooks onto the exhaust system. So, but the rest of it, we got about probably 1.5 gallons of Marvel down in it. The other thing that I think is maybe promising is as those filled up, the couple of them as they filled up, I could just slightly move the fan back and forth and it would make the level in my funnel raise up and down. So I guess that means the valves are moving. I don't know. I'm no mechanic, but let's see right here. Did any of that get down to the old, into the oil dipstick? Oh, maybe. We probably ought to fill that plumb up because that's sitting right down here. Look at this sludge. I mean, ew, brother, ew.
That's not good. Did you actually?
That's what
put that
Derek
in?
always does. I'm not going to do that because I don't know what I'm tasting for, but the top half of it looks pretty good, so I don't know. But no, I'm probably going to open the oil over here and oil fill and dump some Marvel down in there too, just in case. So do you want to come over here and, oh, I can see it there now.
What am I doing?
Well, I didn't know if I was going to be able to see the oil where the dipstick goes in there, but I found it. Not you. You're not a dipstick. Isn't that what you were trying to joke about me with? Joke with me about? Oh. Well, let's get this rabbit's nest a mess out of here. This bird's nest.
Can you tell me what this is behind us?
The ranch rolls?
No. There's a huge crater, and I don't know what it is.
This is a grain bin rescue tube that we bought for the Turnersville Volunteer Fire Department. By we, I mean the Coryell County Farm Bureau. And it came in right as we were getting ready to leave the other day, so I haven't had time to deliver it. And I need to get them a drill because this is a little auger. So if you're not familiar with what a grain...
So it doesn't come with it?
No. If you're not familiar with what a grain bin rescue tube is if you get inside of a grain bin, sometimes the grain will bridge, meaning it'll get a hollow spot in it, and if you get in there and you don't have the right safety equipment on, it can collapse and suck you down, and it's kind of like quicksand. The more you struggle, the tighter it gets around you, and you can't get out. So in this crate is a set of metal slats that are about this wide and about this tall. The fire department will assemble those around you, push them down in. That keeps any grain from falling in around you. And then this is a little auger that you run off of a cordless drill that goes in beside the victim or the person that's trapped, and you run it with a drill, and it augers the corn out from around them. That way you can safely get them up out of the grain or whatever, corn or oats, wheat, milo, whatever it is. So pretty good investment. So all right.
Hope we never have to.
I hope they never have to use it, but if they do, they'll have it. If they ever need it, they'll have it. So let me grab the rest of my Marvel over here. Got not quite a quart left here, but maybe. I guess I should probably just use that funnel so I don't make a mess, huh? That's got her up to the full line with Marvel. All right, guys, so I guess we're going to call it a night for tonight. I'm probably going to let this sit for who knows when we'll have time to get back on here, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I may leave it for a week and just let it soak there. But what's the next step? Let me know what you're going to do next. I will probably have already done something by the time I see your comments. But just let me know what you think the next step should be. What should I do next as far as getting this motor to crank? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you got any tips on these old Power Wagons, let me know them. Places for parts. I already know about Vintage Power Wagon and T137. But if there's any other places that I might need to know about, let me know about that. Check out our sister channel. Keep praying. And until then, y'all keep ranching, wrenching, and praying. And thank y'all.